hit it. Did you see? I did the whole beat. Did you see that? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Chop Sports Show, coming to you live right here on a football feel-good Friday, feel-good football Friday, however you want to put it. We're coming to you live from the Richard Lucas Chevrolet and Subaru studio right here in Matawan, New Jersey. It is Sturch. It is Gooch. It is A5 Anthony behind the glass, and of course, special guest, our audio engineer in the building, and that is Nick. A bunch of Giant fans in the house. How do you feel about that, Gooch?
Giants still stink, guys. Just here to let everybody know.
That's perfect.
Worst team.
Good morning.
What are they, 6-1? Worst 6-1 team in NFL history.
They could very well possibly be.
Sure, you guys are perfectly okay with that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it actually, when Nick walked in, he actually was literally physically feeling himself as he rocks the Saquon Barkley jersey today. So, Giants fans, we're excited for you guys. Just,
it's better. It's better to be the worst 6-1 team in history than the best 3-4 team. Possibly 3-5 team in history.
Gonna be 3-5 team in history. Yeah. I mean, speaking of 3-5, we'll get into Brady in a little bit. That sucked. But if you want to support the show, you could do so by heading on over to patreon.com/Chop Sports. That's the way to do it. There's a $3, a $5, a $10 increment. Those are the ways to support the show. Support us from anywhere you're watching right now. That would really be appreciated. I can speak. And of course, we hope you guys are doing well out there. I know that Tom Brady's not, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But before we do that, we got to get to somewhere first. Gooch has a little bit of a rundown ski because it includes the beginning of the World Series and all that good stuff. So it's being brought to you by Absolute Eyewear. Head on over to Absolute Eyewear right now in Woodbridge, New Jersey, right next to the train station for $100 off lenses and glasses. Oh, a blank rundown.
I did hear from
all
Nick.
the prep in the world.
I did hear from Nick today early that Luka had a 41-point triple-double. So that happened last night.
And then I also saw Ben Simmons pass it to himself.
The World Series is happening tonight. Ben Simmons missed a layup. Airball the layup. Back to you, Dave.
The World Series is going down. It starts tonight.
No, I'm getting my ducks in a row for this.
Well, I'm starting with the World Series.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, World Series starts
it up, baby.
This week, tonight, as a matter of fact. And, it feels like we've been waiting forever. I'm not sure about the whole wait a week before we play a baseball game, but here we are. And it starts tonight. I'm heavy on the Phillies. I know most Yankee fans are. Again, for a Yankee fan or any New Yorker or New Jerseyer or tri-state area to root for the Philadelphia teams, unless you're actually from Philly, it's very, I don't know, it's an icky feeling, but it's the Astros and they're a bunch of bums. So that's why I'm all in on the Phillies. I'm all in on Bryce Harper. I hope he parks 3 home runs per game. So giving him 12 for the World Series, and I'll give him a World Series MVP. I'm all in on the Phils. Give me them all day. I mean, they're a scrappy bunch. They put together a really good team. Schwarber's out there. Schwarber's over there, right? Yeah, so Schwarber's out there crushing the ball. The Phillies are good, but again, the Astros are a juggernaut, and they took care of the Yankees.
I'm back, Dave. I'm back.
Oh,
Thank
welcome,
you, buddy.
Hey,
thank you.
Carry the
I'm
load
all
here.
Good.
My back hurts from carrying the show.
All right, so yeah, Bryce Harper had 4 home runs in the NLCS.
Bang bong.
Right? Yeah. Justin Verlander is 0-6 in World Series starts. That's a crazy stat. No?
What?
0-6 straight up.
You mean the future number 3 pitcher for the Yankees next year?
Does anybody know if Toast knows that Justin Verlander is 0-6 against the spread straight up?
Oh, 100% knows. Is that where you got the stat?
I don't know. No.
It was good. Maybe you got the stat from Toast, but it's a morning.
Toast, did you know that?
Is Toast in the building? Here? I don't know.
All right,
is anybody?
That is a crazy stat, though. Justin Verlander, for all the success he's had, even in the postseason, you would think Justin Verlander's won a start, or at least his team has. They haven't.
Interesting.
So, Phillies tonight.
Yes, I'm all in on the Phillies tonight. Who's starting for them? Is there
Nola?
ace? Okay. Nola. Yep, there you go.
And Nola's had a really good postseason so far.
Yeah, I'm in on it.
Let's go. Bro, did you see that he had to pitch against his brother in the ALCS?
I did see that.
That was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool.
World Series baseball season ended. Our Yankees are keeping Aaron Boone. Did we talk about that yet?
Yeah, no, we did not. But I mean, we can just go back to our generic brand and start talking about Aaron Boone. Yes, that is exactly what's happening in New York. Reports are saying that Aaron Boone is safe with the Yankees. So is Brian Cashman, apparently, because of what we've heard is, them talking in that kind of that tone, like Cash is our guy, so it's like, okay, cool. So we're going to make 0 adjustments in the front office. And I don't know, Nick, Ant, you guys want to chime in here and say how confident you are in Aaron Boone going forward? I mean, Nick, you're not.
No, I don't think I've ever been more pissed seeing that he's coming back.
It's like,
Did you see what
when you get swept
Mariano
out of the
Rivera
earth?
said?
Yeah. Is that a real quote?
I think it is.
It was in Spanish and it was translated, right? It's like, so that was like, that's why it didn't hit mainstream, right? He was doing his own thing. And then somebody was like, what did he just say? You know, like, so basically came at Mo, the legend, the greatest closer of all time, came out and said, yeah, they got to move on. Right. And then they asked Jeet, Jeets. And they asked Jeet, and he's like, oh, I like Aaron. Aaron's good. You know, the only problem is you got to get the respect in New York, you got to win. Right. So that's a big deal. You know what I mean? You got to win some ball games. And to get swept out of the playoffs in the ALCS and look like fools. What?
That's a crazy stat.
Nolan has thrown 6 pitches over 95 ever. 3 are against his brother. It's that extra mojo, right? It's that extra, just crank it back.
What is going on? C-Pain in the building.
C-Pain in the building. The Chop Corp is in the building. Hope you're doing well out there. I saw my mom in there. Ken Paulman, Ash is in the building. Tommy D in the building. Scoop in the building. There's a bunch of people watching right now. So good morning to all you guys as we run down the old rundowns. How about the Knicks, huh?
Jalen Brunson looking
Brunson's
like
the MVP.
Stud.
Bing bong. The Knicks are going to win the whole goddamn thing. Now, look, they look good. It's really great to see what they can do with an actual point guard who can facilitate and score. So that's exciting. The Rangers are off to a decent start. The Devils, you guys thinking still?
No, they have a 3-game winning streak. But that's going to end tonight when they face Colorado.
Okay, so all right, well, whatever. Then the Devils are going. You can actually check out Nick's podcast dropped today. Not Giving a Puck, brand new episode. Check out all the podcasts on the network. You got the goddamn Jets came out with one. The Mets are talking about the season that never was. You got obviously that's Matt Ibanez and of course John Saponaro. A lot of stuff going on the podcast network. Also, I do want to welcome Hayden. He is the host of the Sports Culture podcast, which we brought onto the network. See, these are all things that I do behind the scenes, and Chris has no idea exactly what I'm doing. But Hayden's been welcomed. So he welcomed him to the family because he does his toe-to-toe. That's going to be a segment now on his Sports Culture podcast, which he brought the whole podcast over. It's a great move.
So this is the MMA show.
Everything. He talks general pop culture, everything. It's like another All-Star Vintage.
Okay.
Very similar to those guys. So check out All-Star Vintage as well on the podcast network. You can find all the podcasts right there on chopsportsmedia.com. So before we get into the week 8 leans, which again, we have to talk about last night's debacle, and that is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers losing another game. And for the first time in what seems like forever, maybe ever, Tom Brady is 2 games under 500.
Yeah, it is the first time ever.
That's insane to me. Like, that's for all the 22 years he's been playing the ball.
The Baltimore Ravens didn't blow anything in the second half.
Yeah.
They actually played well a little bit into the fourth quarter before they stopped playing well.
The running back known as Lamar Jackson actually threw a couple.
Did you see the graphic that Tampa did outside their stadium? They listed the top 5 running backs fantasy stats this season, and they had Lamar on the list
at 5.
Did they really?
Yeah. And then he
torched them.
Did he torch him though?
They had 240 on the ground as a team. It doesn't matter. As a team, a rushing team.
I mean, didn't they lose? They lost. Mark Andrews didn't finish the game.
Mark Andrews got hurt. He got hurt his shoulder. It's not serious, apparently, according to one of the best coaches in the league, John Harbaugh. It is not serious, so he'll be back. Bateman tweaked something, the same injury he's had, so he might miss another week. I don't know. But overall, the Ravens showed out. They played good defense. Tom Brady looks like a goddamn fossil. I said it today in the Mojo Market Report. He looks awful. And don't let the 325 fool you. Yeah, he threw for over 300 yards. So you're like, yeah, great game. Dropped a dime right in the bucket of Mike Evans, right? And he's doing well. And then he hits somebody else for a touchdown. Doesn't matter. The fact is, Tom Brady is washed. It's done. It's over. The experiment of trying to come back and be a hero is over because this team is 3. What?
I said I'm so happy.
I know. This team is 3-5, and the only good thing that can come of a 3-5 season is that the division you play in. So they're like a half a game out of first place at 3-5. So yes, because I'm Dave Sturchio and I'm the one saying you're washed, Tom. It's over. Pack it in. Go find your wife. Blah blah blah. Right? It don't matter because now he's gonna stuff it in everybody's face. And an angry Tom Brady is not somebody you want to wake up.
Start celebrating a Tom Brady L at any given point. Father Time is undefeated, and eventually Tom Brady, the wheels are gonna come off there. They kind of have.
He looks lost, bro.
But, it's the second half is approaching, and we might see a different version of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The defense still could fix things, I think. They've had a rough go of it lately. But I saw somebody articulate it pretty well in the Facebook group where they said it's unfortunate that, he's been waiting to celebrate Tom Brady's demise for all these years. and it's like at the result of his like family issues. It's not football related.
It's just like, all right.
I mean, it is football related.
It is football related, but
he's leaving his team on the day of walkthroughs to go
pick up his kids at soccer. I don't know.
Like, to go to Robert Kraft's wedding and shit like that. Like, that's not Tom Brady. Like,
it doesn't look good. And look, there was a couple of times where he was back to pass. I'm using this as a ball. But like if his receiver, Godwin, anybody's down the field, he's just like, it looks like he's throwing all his might and just skips it over, like it just into the pavement, into the earth. It's like, what?
Did you crumble the paper full knowing you were going to attempt to Tom Brady?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I did that. Listen, paper toss. So anyway, Tom Brady looks like shit. And for Tom Brady haters, you guys are all rejoicing. Fine. For Tom Brady fans, it's time to just concede, my guys. Like he should never have come back for another season.
Wow. Tom Brady is actually divorced. I'm checking. Kyle said it in the comments. Like, it actually just went through. Tom Brady announces he and Giselle have divorced. So Tom Brady.
She said Schefter tweeted about it. Oh my God. Sources have said that Tom Brady is donezo in his household.
So
holy shit.
So now that's over.
It's going to light up the next guy. I feel terrible for whoever plays the Buccaneers next week. You're getting lit for 600 yards through the air. Holy shit. So that's official. All right. Wow. So TMZ. Dun, dun, dun. You know, it's so bad, bro. Oh, it's so bad.
Does anybody feel bad at all right now?
No, because he's going to take the next person he's going to date is going to be somebody half Giselle's age. That's going to be that. He might as well date somebody's daughter at this point.
Yeah, Tom Brady announced it, so it's like, thanks, Schefter.
Yeah. No.
I just read it. Tom Brady announces he and Giselle have divorced.
Hey, posted on Instagram.
I was just gonna say his Instagrams are so cringy. Like, hey guys, got this win. Let's get on to the next one. Can you imagine? He's just like, hey guys.
I wonder if she's gonna kick him out of the Illuminati now.
The Bucks. We lost the game.
Which one gets kicked out of the Illuminati?
Giselle. Tom Brady's a
lifer. I don't know, man. Giselle.
As we get kicked off of YouTube for just doing that in general. He's one of those, child blood drinking.
Oh, goodness gracious.
It is off the rails. Tom Brady announces on Instagram, hey guys, just so you know, the Bucks may have lost, but I just got this win. I've won this day. Oh man, this is I was gonna Chris Payne coming in perfect. The Tom Brady MVP campaign starts now. It's over. Everything I said. Tom. Listen, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean any of this stuff that I've said this morning. You're not watched. You are the man.
I was like 8-9 Bucks team is going to bounce Dallas in the first round. A 3 seed. No, the Cowboys will be a wild card, so they're going to that's a very likely matchup.
I'm not doing Tom Brady again. F this shit. I'm not doing it. I'm done with Tom Brady. You're done, Tom. It's over.
Tom Brady's going to have like 65 rush yards next week.
Giselle's worth 15 times more than him, though. He's going to get paid. So, but who gets the? I don't know.
She's got to get some sort of money out of this because.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, doesn't have when you file for divorce. Not that I mean,
I don't know their.
But I'm saying, like, it's not like a 50-50 split, right? Or is it just all in the prenup?
Sure we'll find out from whoever this girl, whoever's leaking all the information. No, I mean,
Schefter's like, Tom Brady is officially divorced and broke. Giselle takes everything he's worth.
I'm sure.
Holy shit. Well, listen. Sorry, Tom. Listen, I'm not rooting for anybody's personal demise, but should have chose Giselle and the kids over football this year. Now you look like a schmuckadoodle-doo.
Now he gets to play as many years as he wants.
Now he can play until he's 50. This is great. Oh, awful. Anyway, I got to let you guys know that this show is being brought to you in part by Richard Lucas Chevrolet and Subaru in Avenel, New Jersey. I know Scoop texted me this morning. He said he's looking at the new Accent, which is a Subaru vehicle. And I said, tell him Chop Sports sent you, as if he doesn't know Greg personally. So do that. Head on over to those guys over in Avenel if you're shopping for the brand new Chevys, brand new Subarus. They got brand new stock, and they also have used cars as well. So go check those guys out. Tell them we sent you. Use the Pickett app. If your guys are going to be gambling this weekend, be sure to track all your bets. You could do that on the Pickett app. It's actually pretty cool. I've done it. I've lost a couple bets in a row. I lost last night because of Tom Brady. So Tom Brady's not only collecting from Giselle, he's collecting from my bank account as well. So you also can head on over to HaterFantasySports.com. Those guys are putting together a brand new game this week. I know Hawaii Mike is a 8-time defending champion, so you can go check that game out as well. Those guys are doing wonderful things. And, of course, our friends down at Lowell's provided us for all the things. Have we talked since Madawan Day? Yeah, we talked since Madawan Day. Yesterday, though, that was fun. We got to go to Montclair enjoy ourselves a nice morning and into the afternoon to speak to all the future stars of the media industry. So we really appreciate those guys and appreciate Professor Tom for getting us in there. Had a good time.
Yeah, it was fun.
Thrown into the fire like immediately.
Yeah, I did not expect that. I expected to walk into an empty classroom and be able to get my bearings. We walked in. It was
like hey, they're here.
They were there for an hour already.
Hi.
They wanted out. So did I.
Yeah, right. You could tell like, as they start packing up their stuff. I'm like, I was like, there's no bells in college, right? Like they just dismissed you. So we're like, yeah. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh, we're a little over on time. And I was like, I should not tell the story as long next time around. So we did 2 classes. It was a lot of fun. So shout out to Montclair State. I think they're the Hawks. The Red Hawk lot. That makes sense. Montclair State Hawks. Go Hawks. Now I sound like fucking Russell Wilson. All right. Anyway, doesn't matter. By the way, I do have to just make this announcement that Toomph Anthony is the only one who picked the Ravens last night. So Toomph Anthony is now 8-1 on Thursday night football. So congratulations. As we enter this week, Gooch still top dog now, 4 games under 500. Didn't have himself a great last week. 53-57. Myself, 52-58. 1 game behind. Rob, sorry, man. You picked the Bucks money line last night and you lost that bet too. So shout out to Wrestling Rob, who is recovering from a very late night. But yeah, so let's get into it, right? Let's get into the leans, ladies and gentlemen, as we start with the local front, the New York Football Jets. Hey, and make sure you write these down, dog, with these spreads if you can. Actually, Nick, if you're not busy over there, you want to write down some who picks what. It's only just me and him. So with the spread, and then send it to me later. You're here, so why not put you to use, put you to work? You thought you were going to enjoy this show by sitting back and doing nothing? No dice. Anyway, the Jets, home, MetLife Stadium. The last time they were in MetLife Stadium, I hope Robert Saleh kept a receipt or 2. I think Mac Jones and company put up a 55-piece on the Jets. So you would assume that there's some revenge on the mind. Elijah Moore gets back to practice. That's going to happen. And we're also interested to see the usage of a James Robinson now that Breece Hall is out of the offense. How do you see this one playing out? Is Bill Belichick going in there going to lay the pipe?
Yeah, Bill Belichick, I think last year the Patriots beat the piss out of the Jets. So there should be a little bit of a revenge on the Jets' mind. I just don't know about the Jets personnel now. We got to see how this new offense is going to look with James Robinson. Breece Hall was arguably the best running back in football at the time of the injury. I mean, there could be a case made for a few other guys, obviously, Josh Jacobs being one of them. But Breece Hall was lighting the world on fire. Then they lose Breece Hall and they lose Elijah Vera Tucker in the same game or the same week. Not a good thing for the Jets. They're going to have to rely a little bit on Zach Wilson throwing the ball, or the offensive line and the system is just what's been making it work. I don't buy into that. I think that they're going to struggle a little bit moving the ball in this one.
They're Patriots, getting 3 at home.
Yeah, there is a little bit of a disrespect, and I think right now people. I don't know where the money's going on this one, but I would imagine that people are buying in on the Jets for this, getting points at home, considering how they've looked. But those injuries are a massive, massive deal, and we just don't know how they're going to look with that offense. I have to go lay in the 3 with the Patriots in this one. Belichick just got embarrassed on Monday night in front of everybody at home with Justin Fields and the Bears. I think the recipe is there for the Patriots to really play well on defense here.
I don't want to do this, and I've been on the Jets bandwagon for the entire season. I'm the one who said they're going to win 9-10 games this year, so they're on pace for that. But it's only a matter of time. I think, without giving away any other picks, both New York teams might struggle this week, okay? Because I'm seeing the Jets. They're feeling themselves. They should. They're 5-2. They're playing good football. But in come Bill Belichick off a loss on national TV, man. It's just it has a recipe that if they're going to get it done, they're going to get it done on a big stage. And the big stage is the Big Apple. And I think that Bill Belichick, Mac Jones, and company, they take this game. They cover the number. I don't want to see it. I'm rooting for the Jets. But I don't know. I'm in on Bill Belichick after a shitty loss. So that's why I'll take the Patriots here. Chris Payne coming in with a little tidbit of the Jets. Garrett Wilson has been switched to the outside, and Moore is in the slot. The passing game will look a little different. Well, listen, if Zach Wilson is the dude, then he'll find them all. If they're open over the middle, he'll find you. The only issue is with Zach Wilson is, and not the only issue, but like the one that sticks out to me is that he doesn't step up in the pocket. He's very quick to, go around the outsides, and that could be some ill-advised passes that could be taken the other way. The Patriots defense are no slouches. I understand they struggled against Justin Fields, but legs-wise, Zach Wilson is not Justin Fields. So I see them having a little bit more success. That's just me.
Yeah, I just think that they're going to make Zach Wilson run for his life and then throw it to that Patriots secondary. I could see some turnovers in this one being the difference. That's why I'm going with the Patriots.
All right, staying in New York.
Zach Wilson's due for some picks.
He is. Stay in New York. Actually, they're traveling to Seattle, so they're going to be at the 12th man, and the Seattle Seahawks are 3-point favorites. 3-point favorites over the 6-1 New York Football Giants. Now, what me and Gooch specifically with the numbers, at least with the DVOA and all these analytics, have basically broken down that the Giants are the worst 6-1 team in the league by the numbers, right?
Well, I don't know. I didn't look at this week.
Whatever.
But
last week,
well,
they were. So they get another win last week.
5-1 team.
Listen, they're gritty. Dayball's got them coached up. Daniel Jones is playing wonderfully. Don't get me wrong, man. The Giants are winning football games that I'm not about to hate on what they've done already. However, Geno Smith, little chip on his shoulder, I think. Kenneth Walker, playing very well. No DK Metcalf. I'm interested to see what they do with Lockett and everybody else and because, they have a lot of like number 4s on this team. Disley underneath. Giants historically can't cover a tight end for shit. I'll start. I like the Seahawks at home here. I don't know what it is about this Giants team that we've all faded them time and time again, and they've come back and said, no dice, we're still here, blah, blah, blah. We play in the second half, yada, yada, yada. It's got to happen eventually, right? The Giants can't go on this 10-1 streak, right? Right? I mean, am I wrong?
I'm not picking the Giants again. I'm going to fade the Giants again. And
no dice. We're still here. Whoa, what is it? Oh, I don't have the. I'm not studying for any of this. Hold on, Kyle. We got to get 10-1 streak, right? My God, breaking news. Kyle Kearns, hang on one sec. Look at this. He is in on this. This is breaking news. No dice. Live TV. I don't have the. Hold on, Kyle.
Hey, there he is. What's up, Kyle?
What is going on here? This is interesting. Well, there he is. Hi,
what the
Kyle.
hell's going on?
This is unexpected. Hello. All right. So Kyle is joining us right here, the sauce himself, for a Lean Friday. So welcome to the show, Kyle. All right, good. It'll cover. You there?
Can you hear us?
Turn your damn volume up there, Kyle.
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. You hear us?
Oh, all right.
You good?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
All right. Here we go.
Good.
All right, so that's a change of pace.
Yes,
welcome to the show, Kyle.
I think that the Giants, their run defense isn't good enough to stop Kenneth Walker and what he's been doing. So I'm in on the Seahawks at home. I'm probably going to lose again because the Giants are just that second half team. But I'm going to fade the Giants until I win. Kyle?
Yeah, I came in to just say that Giants fans have reached a new level of annoyance. I can't stand this shit anymore. You know what I said yesterday? I said I was in a comment thread, and this wasn't an arguing thread, was on the app. And I was like, yeah, it's crazy. The Giants are 5-1. This is before last week.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants are 5-1, and they're one of the worst analytical teams in the NFL. It's crazy. I wasn't shitting on the Giants. A Giants fan hopped in and goes, you must not watch Giants football. Like, bro, what did I say that was incorrect? I was just like, what kind of idiots, man? These guys, these people, these creatures, they've been hiding for a half a decade, actually like a full decade, and they're just now emerging from their cocoon. They suck, and I will bet against them and root hard against them. Not even because I grew up a Cowboys fan. It's more because these people they're disrespectful and they don't deserve to win.
And honestly, when
try
you look,
walking through MetLife,
and when you look at the numbers, it just always points in the other direction.
I know, I know, and does. It sucks that I'm going to lay 3 against the Giants again, but I'm going to do it because
I'm in on it too. Are you sticking around for the entire thing? Stick around.
Sure. I mean, I don't have picks or anything, but I have all the money and shit up I can read off.
That's perfect. That works well for us here on the show. People will take your advice as gospel. Moving on to a very, very heavily spread game. This is big news. The Packers, for the first time in Aaron Rodgers' luxurious career on the football field, he is a double-digit underdog heading on into this one. This one's interesting. I mean, look, it's Sunday Night Football. It's prime time. Rodgers has a really good opportunity here. And I'm not just saying this tongue-in-cheek. I'm not saying this as a smartass. But if he wants people to start shutting up about him and his play, this is the time to do it. I mean, I know the spread is ridiculous, but wouldn't you agree, Gooch, on that regard? If you want people to stop talking bad about you, go shut them up.
It's not an easy spot. Buffalo coming off of a bye. I wish I looked at what Buffalo has done in McDermott's tenure coming off of a bye. Maybe if somebody's in, maybe if AJ or Scoop hook me up with that stat. And yeah, man, the Packers just haven't done anything to show me that they're going to be able to go on the road in Buffalo and do anything. But 11.5 is a big number. I think it went up because of Lazard got ruled out.
Yeah, he said he heard a snap, crackle, and pop in his shoulder.
They really don't have a single player that I believe in or trust at the receiver position going into this game, and Buffalo has a ton of weapons. Green Bay's defense against the run has not been good, but Buffalo's, I guess if you could say their weakness is the run game. I don't really think that they have a weakness because they don't have one guy that lights it up, but they've had their success running the football this year. I mean, matchup-wise, you would think if Green Bay was able to win at least 2 of those games, this would be a bigger game and it wouldn't be near 11.5. But I'm not going to fade Green Bay getting 11.5 at any point, but I'm very hesitant.
So you're picking the Packers.
I'm going to pick the Packers because I'm a Packer fan. That's it.
Oh, good analysis there, Monty. No, what I will say about this game is that Rodgers doesn't have anybody to throw to. It's getting tough sledding. Gun to your head right now, Chris. Do the Packers make a move
Quite literally?
Yeah, I know. Do the Packers make a move for a receiver after this week, win or loss?
Can the wide receivers help in punt protection?
Yeah, for real.
Well, they're supposed to be.
And maybe we could get a punt returner. That would help too. Somebody that hasn't, how do you have like 2 muffed fumbles or muffed punts? 3, but 2 lost on the season already. And like you still have a job. It's week 7.
8.
Well,
8. But all right, so
it happened in 7.
You're picking the Packers. This has the recipe for a bloodbath. I don't ever root this hard. I don't root against the Packers, clearly, because I work with a Packer owner, right? I work with a guy who I don't want to be in a bad mood, right? And I don't like seeing him sad. But I will say, in regards to this game, the Bills might lay the smack down on their candy asses this week. It might get brutal. I'm taking the Bills. Give me all the points for the Bills. This one, it sucks. The only thing I can think of is that Rodgers backdoor covers this one, like at the very end, where he's just trying to, play heroics, and somebody comes down with like Mercedes Lewis or some shit in the back of the end zone where you're just like, oh, there's a touchdown, and we all just got fucked. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing I can see.
We all?
The people that bet the Bills, which is
I don't see a backdoor cover here though, because that usually comes from like a quarterback who like believes and like works hard and has determination and like, we're not giving up, guys. That's not Rodgers, yo. He's throwing little children's fits out there.
You're not wrong. So are you laying the 11.5 there?
No, I'm probably with Chris taking the Packers.
So somebody's got to drive to New Jersey and scissor kick Kyle in his jaw based on his latest tweet. I think it was like the mid-4th quarter of the Packers Washington game, and Kyle put out a tweet saying, yo, if I ever bet this Packer team again, somebody drive to Jersey and literally scissor kick me in the face. So
I'm not saying I'm betting Green Bay. I really don't know yet, but the public's pretty even on this one. The money, though, is on Green Bay. So even though everyone's kind of 50-50, the heavy hitters seem to be taking the
I'm
pack.
fading the public, baby.
There we go. I'm looking at this as Aaron Rodgers is going to deliver me some money in my survivor pool.
Moving on to the Dallas Cowboys home to take on the Bears. This game opened up, I believe, at 7, if I'm not mistaken. So somewhere along the line, with the news of Ezekiel Elliott might not play, all of a sudden it's 9.5. So
and then Robert Quinn.
They did lose Robert Quinn, but I mean, that's not a 2-point swing.
And I'm sure
there's a lot of shit going on, I guess. But in any event, the Cowboys are coming in off a win over the Lions. And, of course, the Bears are coming in off their most impressive win that they've had of the season, most impressive game that they've had as a whole. Justin Fields played well. Defense played well. So I'm looking at this game as it's not a trap to me, because the only way you can make this a trap is if, I don't know, man, the Cowboys are got a bye next week. So that's like the big thing for me. Like, is their minds on a bye? Is everybody going to get rested? All this other shit, right? And then after that, you got to go to Lambeau off your bye. So it's like, that's interesting to me. I think Dak Prescott week 2 into his season, well, week 3, technically, if you count the Bucs, since the comeback, I think he plays a lot better. This team might look a little different from everything that I've heard and read. Zeke's going to go. So I don't know why people are like, Zeke's out, ruled out. CBS Sports, of all people, ruled Zeke out on like Tuesday. And I'm like, well, why don't you let them fucking practice first before you rule that out? Yesterday, Mike McCarthy said he's bouncing around. They had to tell him to slow down because he's just that kind of dude and he just doesn't want to stop. So I'm taking the Cowboys because I'm a Cowboys fan. How about that? So I'll take the Cowboys with the 9.5. Gooch, where are you going with this? Thanks, Scoop. You're an absolute moron.
I'm taking the Cowboys in my survivor pool. I don't know about the 9.5, but I'm going to have to lay it on the show because I'm not putting any bad juju on my survivor pick for this week. I am definitely taking the Cowboys. There's heavy debate on whether I should take Philly, but I have to play the cards and save Philly for the next week.
What does Sean Redden say? Wow, easy. That's Philly juju written all over that shit. He wants that shit to not hit.
No, in his defense, Bears' offensive line can't protect Justin Fields. I don't expect like a back-to-back performance out of that offense. The Cowboys' defensive line is legit, really good. They just added another run stopper, so the Bears haven't really run the ball all that effectively in terms of yards per carry. But just because they're committed to it doesn't mean they're good at it. I think Dallas should handle the Bears in this one. Not enough. Hey,
Mark, just so you know, and this is a rule, right? So whenever Chris and the Packers lose, I don't text him until he texts me, right? I swear on everything holy, Mark, Canada Mark, if you send me a fucking Facebook message, if the Bears were to pick the Cowboys off here, I swear to God, I'll block you so fast for every single platform possible. You'll never hear from us again, ever. So be careful. Tread lightly.
Oh, tread.
Kyle, how you feeling about this one, dude?
Definitely Dallas. I mean, I even the public's even on the Bears. It's beautiful. And I like how Dak came back, but didn't really have an explosive game. So like the table's set for him to like really, you know, how he beats the shit out of bad teams. And like I can see him throwing for like 370 and 3 or 4 touchdowns. The only thing I'll say, it's a little hesitant, is really the only thing the Bears can do is run the shit out of the ball, and they're not even good at it, but they do run it.
Has been pretty bad. Just so
and the Cowboys, that's like the weakness of the defense. But still, the Bears just fade them in good weather. If the Bears played all their games in good weather, they'd be 0-7 right now. They won the raining game in San Francisco. They won the shitty game last week in New England. Like that's the only time they can win is in those shitty weather games. It's Dallas. Yeah. I'm sure Jerry will have the place
feel beautiful. A little bit better about my survivor standing.
All right, we'll see. Moving on. What do we got next, Ant? We have a jolly old London experience, and that's the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is basically a home game, and yes, on the schedule it's a home game, but yes, their fan base in Jacksonville in London is just getting bigger by the year. They're taking on a rejuvenated, healthy, stretched out, high knee doing Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos. Now, the way I see it is, first of all, Russ, the cringe factor has gotten through the roof at this point. You don't have to tell everybody what you're doing while everybody's sleeping. Did you have to throw that in there? Like my whole team's sleeping, I'm in now doing the knee highs. Okay, nobody fucking cares, dude. It's terrible. You just, I don't know. It's hard to like you, but it is comedy.
But nobody does like them.
That's the problem. The Jaguars, on the other hand, they're in search of a win. They got to have this game, I think. Will they do it? Will they get it? I don't know. Gooch, you want to start this one off?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Denver. Russell Wilson coming back, is that supposed to be a good thing? I don't think it's a good thing. I don't know, though. This Jacksonville team, I think it's a good sign that they're moving on to Travis Etienne because I think he's way more explosive. And as good as James Robinson has been, he's just not the caliber player that Etienne is. And I'm happy to see that. And we'll see. But Denver's defense is really good still. And that can't be overlooked in this one. Jacksonville hasn't really played that well at home. I'm pretty sure they got blanked in terms of the touchdown department offensively against the Texans, right? At home. The Texans are one of the worst teams in football. I'm going to take Denver. I could definitely be swayed because I didn't actually look at any of this. Jacksonville is one of those teams, though, where the Colts game really skewed all of their metrics in a major way. So they might look a little bit better on paper. And when you look at the numbers, than they actually are. And Denver's defense is still elite, no matter what you want to say about their offense. So that's why I lean for the Broncos in this one.
Yeah. The way I see this one playing out is that you can see a cringeworthy post-game interview coming. You know, we just had to fight. We just had to keep fighting. And like Russ gets the win. But this is a home game for the Jaguars. They love them Jaguars over there, okay? I'm going to ride with the Jaguars here. I think I'm going to split you on this one. I think the Jaguars are going to try to heavily run the ball with Etienne. And, of course, Christian Kirk, he has to find pay dirt. He was 1 yard short a couple weeks ago.
I think it's worth mentioning, too, that I think a few guys are coaching for their jobs, and there's a few guys that are definitely playing, whether they're going to, if Denver loses this game, I think they're definitely sellers.
That was
the next couple days. If they win, then they might hang on to a Jerry Jeudy, etc. But
yeah, that was
keep your eye on that.
That was my closing of this game. The Jaguars win. Nate Hackett is left in London. Doesn't even get a flight home. It's weird. He has to fly commercial. And then it's just it's a bad situation over there to be a Denver Bronco. That's all. That's right. All right, moving on. Oh no, where are you at, Kyle, on this one?
Well, on paper, the bet should be Jacksonville, but I mean, this team moves the ball. It's every time. They don't convert. They're on third downs and they don't score in the red zone. So it's one of those, like, usually I'm like, oh, eventually those will come around, but they just continue to not come around. So I'm probably on Denver, but fuck this game.
Does anybody feel like Trevor Lawrence should start getting labeled a bust soon? Like
he's 7 games into a second coach.
There at least should be whispers. There's a Trevor Lawrence stat that I saw. I think they're 1-11. In games where the defense has given up more than 11 points. So the magic number against the Jaguars is 12. Could Denver get 12?
There it is. Yeah, Scoop just came up with it. He's 1-19.
Oh, my goodness. 1-19. Right. 1-19 if the Jags give up over 11.
So, man.
So 14 covers. Denver, you got 2 tutties in you? I don't know.
1-19. Wait, hold up. Has he lost?
Has he started 20 games?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. If he started all last year and this year's already seven deep. Yeah, so if you got 13, 100%. So I don't know. I'm in on the Jaguars. You better get this done. And I'm calling all you Jaguars out there, all the guys that score a touchdown. If somebody scores a touchdown and doesn't do a high knee type celebration, I don't want to hear it. I think that'll be the greatest thing of the entire weekend if somebody does that shit. All right, moving on to the 49ers and the Rams. And like we said on the Mojo Market report today, on paper, when this schedule comes out, you will look forward to this game. But in this regard, the Rams, excuse me, coming off a bye, and the 49ers coming off 2 straight bad losses. They lost to the Falcons bad. They got the shit kicked out of them by the Chiefs. Now I'm looking at them against the LA Rams in LA. I don't know, man. I don't even know how they're favored in this game, to be completely honest with you, even though LA's has their issues. Their running game situation. Nobody knows what's happening. Henderson's got the ball now. Sonny Michel, fine. Akers on his way out. Who knows? They get Van Jefferson back off the IR. Cool. But the offensive line still has to hold up for Matt Stafford, so I just don't see it. I think this is the Niners game that they have to win to stay relevant. I think this is now week 2 into Christian McCaffrey.
Both teams need this game.
They both need this. Yeah, seriously. No, I need Akers traded so bad. I have him rotting on my bench right now. I need him to have a new team.
He's just going to suck wherever he goes, by the way.
I just like the Shanahan matchup. You were going to say it, I'm sure. The Shanahan matchup over McVay. Give me the Niners on the road here. Give me the 1.5. I'm all for it. Gooch.
I mean, you
Can't
want
lose 3 in a row.
The easy thing to do and not even look at this game is just say, okay, well, Shanahan completely owns McVay, so that's the pick. But you can't ignore the fact that the Rams did bust their ass in the postseason last year, so that game does exist. Just because it's not a regular season, there's not some like magic wand where like the games are. It's actually in a more important game. This is kind of like a playoff game as early as it could be in the season. I know it's not all lost, no matter which way it goes for either team. The 49ers defense is getting a little bit healthier up front. I know that they've been getting guys back, sporadically in the lineup, but they weren't fully ready to go. I do worry because the corner situation, I think that's the biggest thing that people overlook because of all the injuries to the front. They lost their corner for the season. That's going to be an issue if Cooper Kupp gets loose in this one. He's due for one of those 15 catches, 200 yards, and just takes over a game. I can see that happening, but more so what I see happening is that defensive line just makes it hell for Matthew Stafford, and Stafford's been playing like shit this season. There's no reason to think that all of a sudden he's going to turn it around when he's got pressure in his face. That's what I think the difference will be. So I will lay the 1.5, but I'm,
Can we also talk about
Cooper Kupp might make that a
Sean Redden's YouTube picture? Every time he comes up, I think it's Colby Covington. He looks just like, I don't know why. It's weird. But Sean's reiterating Jimmy G 7-0 in a career regular season. Do you see this one playing out the same way, Kyle?
No, probably not. It's tough. It's the most public bet of the year so far is 49ers. Literally the entire world is on San Francisco.
You're switching?
I'm switching. If I hear that, like I'm on the fence anyway. I'd rather go that route if I'm on the fence.
The 49ers season will be up in smoke if they lose this game.
They could win by 1.
No, I mean, but like, I bet the 49ers in their first matchup specifically because Garoppolo just plays so much better against the Rams. So I completely get it. It's just,
Garoppolo.
I have yet to see one person.
2 weeks though.
I've yet to see one person tweet out, make it take anything. I've yet to see one person say they're taking the Rams. And everyone's on the 49ers. Usually when that happens, you get a layup. So
I'm
undecided at this point, but
on the
probably
line
the Rams.
company. I'm on the Niners still. The season's on the line. So did you just make the switch over there, Nick?
Ooh, I'm going with the Rams.
Okay, he's going with the Rams. All
care.
right, moving on. It's free. The Bengals visiting the Cleveland Browns. The Browns are actually favored in this one by 3. We heard about the Jamar Chase injury, which we actually didn't bring up in the rundown, but Jamar Chase looks to be out 4 to 6 weeks with a hip injury. Insert T. Higgins, insert Tyler Boyd, insert Hayden Hurst. Will they be okay? They still got Joe Mixon. The Bengals now going on the road. Obviously, the Browns have played, subpar, I guess you could say, in the absence of Deshaun Watson, and Hunt might be on the trade block. Chubb has been running his ass off. He's playing very well. I don't know, man. How are you feeling about this one in Cleveland?
I think that the Browns have actually played exceptionally well, particularly on the offensive side of the ball in Deshaun Watson's absence. I don't know how much better that Deshaun Watson's actually going to make that offense, if I'm being honest. Like, they've actually been pretty efficient considering, it's Jacoby Brissett, right? We didn't expect Amari Cooper. I think Amari Cooper has over 100 yards in 3 games this season. I'm not positive on that.
Now he's having himself a decent
it's
season.
2. And Nick Chubb is again the top 5 running back in the NFL across the board. He doesn't really catch the ball, but we'll see what happens with Kareem Hunt. If they use him at all in this one, I don't think it's going to matter because Nick Chubb is well equipped to take over the load.
Is this the Monday night game?
Yes.
All right. Do you want to save it?
Yep.
I was wondering. I was like, this is weird.
Moving on. We'll pick this game on Monday. Sorry about that.
Jamar Chase is still hurt.
He's still hurt, though. He's definitely still hurt.
He's out for a while. He's going to be
6
reevaluated in 4 weeks.
Yikes. All right. So moving on to another barn burner. It is the Tennessee Titans visiting the Texans, which, by the way, did anybody see the promo last night on Thursday Night Football, Amazon Prime Video? It was just all Eagles, and they're like, Eagles-Texans Thursday night. It was like nothing to do with the Texans at all.
Was it
just
me who made the graphic?
Yeah, it was just like, fuck. They did the whole thing, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. The interesting thing is here, which is actually very interesting, the way this all played out. On Sunday, the Eagles will be playing the Texans. I'm sorry, Thursday of next week, the Eagles will be playing the Texans, and the Philadelphia Phillies will be playing the Houston Astros. Weird.
Did you know that Justin Verlander is 0-6 straight up in the World Series?
Did we say this already?
No, it's an inside joke. That's why I said it before.
All right.
Toast. People were posting that Verlander's 0-6 in the World Series, and Toast flipped out. It's like, I heard it 1,000 times. Stop saying that. So we've been saying it nonstop.
All right. So back to this game. Looks like AJ Bass going the prop beaver in the house. Derrick Henry has had 3 straight 200+ yard games versus Houston. Yeah, that's going to continue. I'm all in on the Titans. They got to have this one as well to keep up with themselves, really, because the Colts, nobody knows about the Colts and Jaguars. Jaguars and Texans suck. It's just a weird division over there. But for that reason, I'm in on the Titans right now.
Mike Vrabel is slowly becoming the next Bill Belichick without the Super Bowl rings, because you look at the teams that he coaches, and I'm just like, I just don't see it. Even when Derrick Henry got hurt last year, I'm like, they're done. But look, here we are again with the Titans, and Ryan Tannehill somehow, like, his job is at risk for like 31 straight NFL weeks, and he's still
Malik Willis just hanging in the back, like, hey man, I'm here.
Hey. Derrick Henry should just destroy this defense. They can't stop the run. They're not going to stop Derrick Henry. He's finally getting going a little bit. The Titans in an easy one, but not so easy, I'm sure.
Kyle, you in on the Titans as well?
I thought Tannehill wasn't playing.
What?
I thought Tannehill was playing.
I didn't hear anything about
that. Might be why it's only 2.5.
Yeah, that was what I was.
Look at Kyle coming through.
Oh, there's no way Tannehill misses this game. He's going to get Wally pipped.
Tennessee, Ryan Tannehill, limited practice. Tennessee Titans preparing Malik Willis, and Tannehill can't play. I thought that's why the line was so low, was Malik Willis was expected to play. But
it's on the road, too.
Davis Mills is much better at home, but that doesn't necessarily, I think it is low, but maybe that is because they don't think he's going to play. And
I thought that was the explanation for the line.
When you usually hear, I mean, they should be preparing Malik Willis to play
absolutely
every week.
Yeah,
like
no,
that,
100%.
isn't that how the NFL works?
Don't just start the preparation now. He should have been doing this since Jump Street. But yeah, I mean, regardless of who's at quarterback, do you still have the Titans here, Kyle?
I mean, I can't make a pick until I don't even know who's playing quarterback, but the public's on Tennessee.
Okay.
You have to have some balls to bet Houston plus 2.5, like a brass set.
Yeah, when you just look at those 3 straight 200-yard rushing games, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Who's handing Derrick
But
Henry the
also,
ball.
one thing that is always true, the sportsbooks are never trying to lose money. So if you see a line and you're like, I got this, like, just try to look at it from the other side, because I promise the books are always smarter than us every time.
Of course. I mean,
which is why for like the 49ers game, when I see everyone on one side and the books are just chilling, like that means the books like sitting on Rams plus 1.5. I'm not saying like always fade the heavy public every single time, but like
no, but I use that if I'm on the fence about a game, I will definitely fade the public. If I'm just sitting there, I'm like, I'm betting this game no matter what. I'm 100% putting a unit down. Which side am I on? If that'll be a determining factor for me a lot.
Right.
This year the public has actually been doing well, especially the last 4 or 5 weeks.
It started the season like that last year too. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. There was a stretch.
It
not
all
quite
evens
this long,
out.
but
It all evens out.
It does not even. It evens out.
They're getting their money. The sports are going to get their money.
Commanders and Colts. Without even thinking, I know that Kyle's going to go +3 with the Commanders. He rides and dies no matter who the quarterback is over there. But the Colts coming in, they got to have this one too, man. I mean, look, the AFC South is just a piss poor division at the moment. And again, new quarterback, so this is a big deal. Sam Ehlinger's first start. It's in Indianapolis. For that reason, the spark is there. I think the team gets younger. I'm all in on Sam Ehlinger right now. It's not just a Mojo Market Report. I'm in on him in Chop Sports. Hook 'em horns, get him, Sammy, baby, and win this game. Get rid of these goddamn Washington Commanders. Chris, you feeling this? Probably not.
No. I mean, the Colts are so bad right now. Are they going to fix it again?
They're bad because of a slow Matt Ryan. They were the 31st slowest team in the league.
There's a lot of reasons why the Colts are bad. Matt Ryan's definitely one of them, but I don't think this team's going to get any better with Sam Ehlinger. I mean, it's a nice story. They might get better. They're like a little more athletic. I don't know though, man. Like, I just don't see it. I think the Commanders, their defensive line is really good, and it's going to be a hard thing for Jonathan Taylor hasn't done shit this season. The Colts offensive line is just the most overrated unit maybe in NFL history with the way they've been playing. With all that said, Sam Ehlinger, huh?
How about
lay the points?
Welcome.
No, I don't know. I didn't really look at this game, but just at first glance, the Colts have just looked like such shit this season. It's hard for me to put any stock into them, and I'm just watched Washington completely embarrass me.
This is true. Very embarrassing.
I have a hard time fading the Commanders in this one because the Colts have looked awfully bad.
So every team that beats
I'm going to lean with the
elite.
Commanders here.
Kyle, you feeling? I mean, is it just like a no-brainer?
Actually, I'm probably leaning Colts.
Got it.
I have like a little bit of a bias though. I cashed a lot of bets on Sam Ehlinger in his Texas days. Like he has done well by me.
Okay.
I don't know if he's NFL ready. I don't know if he can even play at this level, but he has a place in my heart. He's made me a lot of money. So I -3 sucks, but I probably will take the Colts here. Washington's the most public dog of the day from what I'm seeing too.
All right.
Oh no, second most. I'm sorry. The
Colts
Cardinals are the most public
That's
dog.
all I'm saying. Colts are getting faster. Give me the Colts. All right, moving on. What do we got? Very good one here.
Is it?
Not really. The Steelers and the Eagles are facing off in. I thought this was in Pittsburgh. Is this in Philly?
It's in Philly.
This is gonna be a bloodbath.
It's in Philly.
God. Oh God. All right. Well, for anybody who thought the Steelers had a shot at this game, it's just like if it was in Pittsburgh, I'd say, you know what, fighter's chance, puncher's chance. No, this one's gonna get ugly. I'm gonna keep betting the Eagles blindly until they prove me otherwise. Their schedule just keeps getting easier. Like I said, after the Steelers, they get to warm up with the Steelers and then pounce all over the Texans on Thursday Night Football next week. This one's gonna be bad. I feel like the spread of the Texans game is going to be like 14, maybe 15. So this one's 10.5. Jalen Hurts playing all world. They're playing great. The Phillies in the World Series. Is the whole stupid scumbag city is all up in arms. They're having a good old time. They're greasing the poles already to make sure nobody's climbing on them in a couple days. So Give me the Eagles here. I think they just keep, they keep rolling until I'm proven otherwise. I would love for Kenny Pickett and George Pickens and company to pick these sons of bitches off. I just don't see it happening.
I feel like the back door is wide open in this one. 10.5 is a decently big number. The in-state rivalry, and I know it's not really a rivalry. They're AFC, NFC, kind of like 1,000 miles apart, even though they're both in the same state. I still think that Philly's second half woes might burn them in this one. I know they're going to win the game. I don't know they're going to win, but I think they're going to win the game. And I could definitely see, like, out of a young quarterback with a Kenny Pickett, like, he's going to put in effort deep into the fourth quarter. This is a team with this in-state rivalry. Like I said, they're not going to just lay down. They're going to try and fight to the end. So I could see a backdoor cover, but Philly, they're going to do whatever they want in the first half. So I would lay the points in the first half and then kind of just sit back and enjoy my winnings and then watch Pittsburgh cover in the back door. And everyone that bet Philly lost. But I win.
So Sean Redden, resident Eagle fan extraordinaire, is coming and saying he wouldn't lay double digits in this case. So again, maybe I'm just giving myself a reverse psychology. Like if for whatever reason the Eagles struggle in this game and they only win by like 5, 6, I'm gonna be like, ha, I knew it. It's frauds, so I'm just gonna give myself that escape, and I'm gonna say the Eagles roll in this one.
Steelers win this game 29-28 on a missed Jake Elliott field goal.
There we go. There we go. I will take that.
I will take that to the bank. Kyle is saying 29-28, missed field goal by Jake Elliott. The Steelers win the game. I'm in on that.
I think also if there's like one of these trends that I think Pittsburgh is 0-7 in Philly in their last 7.
That's with Ben. You would assume the entire way. I don't know, man.
It's a new era.
Yeah, new era is right. Last time, let's see. Last time the Eagles were undefeated after 5 games and playing the Steelers, they lost. Ben's rookie year. Ooh, little interesting tidbit there by Ken Paulman showing love.
I wonder if that's going to show up on Sunday.
I don't know, Kyle.
the tidbit from 25 years ago.
Kyle, how you feel about this one, man?
I still see Eagles Steelers.
Did you say it already? Oh, you just said the Steelers win. I'm sorry. Friday, heads up. This is a long ass week. All right, next time. what do we got? Raiders and the Saints. The Raiders are favored on the road in the Dome, believe it or not, -1. Jameis Winston will not go. It's another Andy Dalton vehicle. What we saw last week out of Josh Jacobs has me positive that the offense is getting clicking. Can the defense stop a Taysom Hill? Can the defense stop a Andy Dalton and Chris Olave and company like that? I don't know, man. This one's very tight. For me, in my mind, this is very tight. Both teams absolutely have to have this again. The Raiders do not want this season to get away from them. They kind of already did with the 0-3 start, so they got to battle back. Chris, how do you feel this one's going out?
I don't know enough about this Saints team. They're like one of the hardest teams for me to figure out. But I know that the Raiders are going to try and run the football, and they've done that against anybody. They're trying to save their season, and the Raiders have looked like they're almost on the cusp of being able to save their season because Josh Jacobs is that dude. I think if the Raiders lose this one, that you might see, I know this is crazy, but you might even see Josh Jacobs get traded, which sounds nuts.
I know you said that the other day,
but
just kind of
what would be the point if they don't plan to sign him long-term, which I don't know, no matter how good he does this year, that they're going to. I just don't know that they're going to do it because they haven't yet. There's a chance that they trade Josh Jacobs if they don't win the game. I think the Raiders are going to win the game, and it's essentially a pick 'em. Andy Dalton. They are tough at home, I guess, but
still the Dome after all.
And the secondary of the Raiders is probably going to get eaten alive by Olave. But I also think that the Raiders pass rush has to show up eventually. It's showed up in spurts the first half against the Chiefs. They looked really good. I think that there's some chances for them to get home this week, and I'll go with the Raiders.
Yeah, I'm gonna side with the Raiders too. I think the offense is humming. I think they're going to be playing a lot better over the next couple of weeks because they have to. And Josh Jacobs on a career season right now, having himself
hurt.
Chris Olave had a concussion last week. He's fine.
I thought he was playing, though.
He's definitely playing.
I don't know about definitely. I didn't see for a fact.
He's not going to be out for 2 weeks with a concussion. That's what it was.
I mean, how long did Tua miss?
That was a different situation.
Oh, I didn't know that. What is that?
Dr. Dave says it's a different grade of concussion. That was a different situation. The guy was carted off the field, motionless. Anyway, we're not getting into that shit.
Thank you.
Hey, no problem.
So Olave's fine, right? He cleared?
Definitely.
You cleared him? All right, so we're clear.
I'm going to check my fantasy lineup real quick to see what they're saying here.
Olave played last week and went off.
Yes, there's no injury designation on my old app. Sorry, folks.
Who is it? Win all day. I'll give you the pass because he's
Toast. They sent me it for free, bro.
Packers money line.
What happened now?
Toast is
Kyle's
saying
getting
sweet
called
shirt
out
sauce.
by
They
his,
sent it to me for
Kyle.
free.
Bow, 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 bow. Hi, I'm Kyle Kerms of the Sauce Network.
And
Let me
how about
tell
the
you,
chick? Let and make it rain.
the worst, by the way, the worst.
But this game, I have no idea what I'm. But I know that both Prop Beaver and Sean are both big on the Raiders, so probably that's where we'll go.
All right. Moving on. The Cardinals and the Vikings. Interesting one here. We saw a little bit of the emergence of Kyler Murray under the DeAndre Hopkins era, or he's back in there. He played a lot better. I do have an interesting tidbit coming in from Nick, our audio engineer, saying as soon as he got here, he said, fade the Cardinals. Modern Warfare 2 is available for download now, so it might be a late night for Kyler. That could be a thing. We'll see. I don't know. He's on the road, so he would have to get the Wi-Fi and everything hooked up in his hotel room. It just might be a mess. So
he definitely brought his PlayStation.
This is a
he
great.
definitely brought
To
his
me, I
PlayStation.
feel like this is a good spot for the Cardinals. I like them a lot in this game.
Yeah, I do too, actually. On the road, Minnesota, we're about to find out if they're not frauds, but 5-1 is 5-1. They're coming off a bye back home against the Cardinals. I don't know, man. I'm with the Cardinals here. I think the Cardinals might actually pull this out outright. Money line, not worried about any spreads on this one. I don't know why, but I like the Cardinals. I feel like he's going to play a little bit better. I don't know. You're in on that too? You're in on the Cardinals?
The Vikings. We were talking about the Giants last week about being one of those worst 5-1 teams.
Vikings are right there.
DVOA in history of the stat being measured.
Yeah.
That's still the same Vikings team. They didn't even play last week, right?
No, they're off.
Yeah,
they're
so I mean, Dalvin Cook might be a
they're
little bit
home off
healthier,
a
but
bye.
he's
You
gonna
don't
be
feel
dealing. No,
like
I mean that's
extra.
Could be a flat. They could play a little bit flat. I really more so believe in this Cardinals offense the way they looked with Deshaun with
Look at this
DeAndre Hopkins.
differentiation
Deshaun
of the Sauce Network, by the way. Sean Redding coming in, Cardinals money line. AJ right after that says Vikings are the ultra mega play of the week. I got to get Kyle's take on this as the president, CEO, owner, and agent, and everything that you do for the Sauce Network, your own network. How are you feeling about this game, dude?
Definitely Minnesota, without a doubt.
Wow. Okay.
Woo.
All right. Well, interesting.
This is like the Arizona most public dog of the day. I love the Vikes here. I think Justin Jefferson or even Thielen or KJ Osborne, big passing game for Kirk Cousins. 90% of the money on Arizona.
Wow.
And the line hasn't moved. It's still moved up from 3 to 3.5, despite everyone betting the Cardinals.
We swaying here?
Nope.
I'm staying tough.
It's the
I'm
lean.
staying
it's
tough.
leaning. I'm only leaning right now.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna make all the sauce
the
picks
fact
on
that
fucking
I
Sunday.
said it the way I said it, I couldn't be like, yeah, I'm this is I really like this game and then switch because what Kyle just said. I still like this game. I still think that we haven't gotten a good metric on the Cardinals offense. And what we saw last week, I think they're
what's
gonna
this
get
guy's
better.
back too, James Conner.
Yeah,
I might that might hurt, honestly. I think James Conner
And
sucks.
Eno Benjamin in the spell role.
Yeah, I think that they would be better off giving. I think Darrell Williams is there.
He was and used to be.
I always get Darrell Williams and Damian Williams confused.
And Darnell Williams. There's a bunch
I don't
of
even know
Williams.
if there's a Darnell Williams.
Definitely a Darnell
settle
Williams
down.
somewhere. Darnell Williams,
I think
if you're watching.
Yuhu Bigsby's back this week and he's playing left tackle. So
Wait, what's his name?
Yuhu Bigsby?
no,
His real name?
Chris. Yuhu Bigsby's not back. Boo Boo Higgins is back.
Fuck. So Bigsby's
fuck
still
is
out,
going
but
on
I
here?
thought I read the
Boo
other
Boo
day.
Higgins?
Beaver told me that
What are
he
you
was a
talking about
game
here?
time decision, and now you're telling me he's out. So all right, I didn't check the injury report.
And Kingsbury's going to buy Kyler the new Call of Duty if they win. So we're in on the Cardinals.
And Sean's
over
right. Teams coming off the bye, that used to be an advantage. Last year they went 10-21-1 against the spread.
Wow.
So
okay.
since they changed the rules where teams aren't allowed to practice on their bye week, going on a bye is actually a bad thing.
Does anybody know what Justin Verlander's record is coming off of an ALCS win?
Moving on to the next game. That's really funny. All right. So the Panthers visiting the Falcons. Falcons have been playing relatively well. The Panthers were trying to wave the white flag last week, and they decided to beat Tom Brady. Chris, do they go into Atlanta and beat the Falcons?
No, I was
PJ
actually
Walker season, baby.
I was actually close to really getting cute and picking the Falcons in my survivor pool, but I just can't do it. I think the Falcons they're going to run the ball effectively, but the Panthers defense is actually better than people give them credit for. That's the only reason why they're even remotely close to in any of these games, and that's why they've won any of the games. But they have another shot at victory because Baker's not back yet. As soon as Baker's back, the rest of the team quits, and that's when we really see the tank.
And not a goddamn soul goes to his birthday party. So I'm in on PJ Walker. I really feel good about this. I don't know, man. It's wow. Winner of this game. This is a stat. This is a real thing. Winner of this game is first place in the
NFC South.
I think he meant the NFC. He might have actually meant AFC South. I'm not sure. Just by default, just move him to a different division. Oh, Kyle, what's so funny over there, man?
Scoop says, "High five, Banshee is in for the Bucks today." High five, Banshee. All right. All right, is it my turn? Sorry.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, this game sucks.
I didn't make a pick. I'm sorry. Give me the Give me PJ Walker on the road. Walker, Texas Ranger. Give me that. Panthers all day.
And Chris, you're taking the Panthers?
No.
Just ease up, man.
Fuck out of here.
No. All right, go ahead, Kyle.
Probably the Falcons, but shit, man. This sucks. I want to fade both of them.
Kyle is officially betting on the referees at this point.
I mean, we know what PJ Walker is. It's not like one game and all of a sudden PJ Walker's nice. Like we know what he is.
He fucks. Where's AJ?
Yeah, AJ. PJ Walker, off yourself. I'm thinking Falcons -4 probably.
All right, yes. Moving on. I think we got one more here, and it's the Fish, the Miami Dolphins visiting the Detroit Lions, and the Lions once again back to reality where they're home dogs, 3.5 points. The Dolphins with Tua last week. Did they play? Tua was back. Yes. Yeah. So Tua won, right? Why don't? Yes, they won. They're going against the Lions, coming off the loss against Dallas. Look, we know the Lions have an offense. We know they have no defense. So they're last in every statistical category known to man. Tua might have himself a day here in Detroit. I'm going to ride with the Dolphins here at -3.5 on the road. The Lions showed me that they were in it for a little while last week against Dallas, and then the wheels fell off real quick. Jared Goff just freaking stinks, man. That team is a quarterback away from being an actual contender. Jared Goff is not the guy. I know he's putting up numbers, and I know they're putting up, good offensive stats, but in the grand scheme of things, the Lions are still the Lions right now, and I don't care if they're home or not.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is where the Lions are the team, like you just said it. They're back where they belong. They're home dogs, and their secondary looks like they should probably get lit up, and they will. But Amon-Ra St. Brown is coming back. He's playing. Miami Dolphins secondary is also going to get lit up on the back door, and I'm going to take the Lions because this is where the Lions cover. It's like now everyone realizes the Lions suck again. I think the spread is a little bit low for as sucky as the Lions have played over the last couple weeks.
We got some breaking news here.
I think it's a good spot.
Breaking news coming out of Sean Redden. The Dolphins are the super megalodon, hammerhead, great white whale, mega bomb, maximum security lock of the week. That was a lot of adjectives for a lock of the week. He is all, when I say that, I guess it's like a 4 or 5 unit play, right? Like this is a massive thing. And Ken Paulman saying the back door is back. The Lions special is back. So I don't know. I'm in on the Dolphins. How you feeling about this one as we wrap up?
I think I'm on the side of the super mega security, whatever the fuck he said. So I can't get that New England game out of my head for the Lions. I bet the Lions +3 in that game, and they got absolutely dick slapped. And like I can't get that out of my head because I thought I was being so sharp by taking the Lions +3, and I was like, everyone's gonna see this one. This is such a good play. And the score, what was that? 37-0.
That was my whale hammerhead lock, Batman and Robin lock of the season so far. That's the one game that I was like, I remember even saying it to you on that Saturday prior to. I was like, I don't know, man. Like that's the one thing I can't get behind is the Lions on this week. I bet the entire ticket, and that's the only game that I faded.
Wow, look at AJ basketball. Jesus Christ, roar the fuck up. Jesus Christ, dude.
Roar.
He is rawr. There he is. I wish we had a
Don't bully AJ though. Careful. Careful. Do not bully him.
All right.
Get a little surprise.
So we're all on the super duper lock of the week, except for Chris. He's fading us and going
and
with
AJ.
The roar. What?
Me and AJ are on the roar.
The roar of the week.
Mom, what?
Yeah.
Mom, what?
Is that an AJ thing?
Yes. You don't know about that?
Oh, you didn't see that?
Bro,
No.
AJ yelled at his mom Sunday morning.
On the live NFL show, get this. So AJ's mic, he thought
you turn it to the general there.
AJ's mic, me and Sean couldn't hear him. So he thought that YouTube couldn't hear him, but all the viewers could, and there was 1,100 people in there watching. And his mom went to like knock on the door to tell him, because she was watching downstairs. She went to tell him like, "Yo, we can hear you." And he's like, "Mom, what?" Yelling at his mom in front of thousands of people.
Janine said again. AJ yelling at his mom again. Like, holy shit.
No, that's Sean making fun of AJ. Is what that is.
Oh my god! Holy shit!
That is golden.
Oh my god!
It really was probably the funniest thing that I've seen.
I got to go prepare. Oh, actually, you know what? Here, let me throw a college bet or two out.
There we go. Now we're talking. And the last time I wrote down college bets, I wrote them down and didn't bet them. But here,
I went 5-0 on the ones I gave out.
I know. He 5-0, and these random just give me picks over here by the sauce.
I feel like last year you had a crazy run on the show as well.
Yeah, I definitely did.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was reading this at the same time as speaking.
That sounds like most sports. Don't do that.
What, this one? Most sports. I often wonder.
So in the big one at noon, I know a lot of sharps out there like Notre Dame. I'm not one of them. I'm laying the 2.5 with Syracuse to beat the Irish.
Go Orange.
I also like Ohio State -15 at Penn State. They haven't beat Penn State by more than 2 touchdowns in Penn State in like 14 years now. They're gonna beat the life out of them.
Jesus Christ.
Right.
I'm in on those.
And then if you want another one, you could go a sharp play Cal +17 against Oregon. Oregon just coming off huge win against UCLA, could be a bit of a flat spot on the road. Against a Cal team that can throw the ball with Jack Plummer, Jake's son.
I like it.
Cal +17.
I'm a little iffy on the Ohio State thing, but I'm gonna ride with it. Why not? You know, what the hell?
Well, yeah.
It looks like Penn State's funeral. So is it the blackout? Yeah. The whiteout? All right. Anyway, Kyle.
Yeah, but I got to prepare for the NBA show, so I'm out.
Yes, go do your thing, man. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you, bro. And of course, if you want to follow Kyle, you can do that on his YouTube channel, on all of his social medias. You can go check him out each and every day. He's making picks literally every single day. And for the low price of, I think, like $1 a day, you could be a VIP member for KyleKerms.com. Go check him out as well. So thank you to Kyle. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate this. Like this video. Do us that favor. That helps us out tremendously. Go check out the Mojo Market Report from this morning. Myself and Chris put together a great show where we kind of broke down these games a little bit more into depth as far as the numbers in the Mojo Market. So we appreciate everybody following us over there. Go to mojo.com for all your information. Download that app right now, as a matter of fact. So for Sturch and Gooch and Ant and Nick, it's been a great show here. We hope you guys enjoy the football. Enjoy your weekends. We'll see you back here on Monday morning.
Go Pack, go.